Okay, for this project, I did a business on dogs. Let me open it. It's called Pawdorable Dogs. Okay, so I'm gonna launch the site so I can kind of go through it. Okay, on the home page, on the background, well, you can see that this was a master page template that I created. It's similar to one we did earlier on a different assignment. I have a little logo over here. On the navigational bar here, I have 4 links for the homepage. The care, which has the different tips on caring for a dog, supplies, which will have some basic dog supplies, and the adoption link where you can see dogs that are available for adoption. On the home page, all I did was just put a simple image of a dog quote. It says, "A house is not a home without paw prints." So that's the home page. When I click on the care, we have different images and then like 6 different tips for each stage within the different dogs, either whether it be the puppy stage, the adult stage, or the senior stage. On the puppy stage, we have some tips such as taking the dog to the vet, keeping them up to date on vaccinations, start some treatment for heartworms and other external parasites, getting the right food, potty training a dog. It tells you sometimes when dogs will go to the restroom. That way you can establish a schedule around that. Start teaching obedience, socializing them, especially during the 2 to 4 months time when it's very crucial. And then at the same time, I did the same thing for adult dogs, certain tips that are pretty useful. I have a lot of dogs, so I've always had dogs, so these are some of the tips that I kind of know help out, and then how to deal with a senior dog during that stage. Okay, so those are the tips. On supplies, I have the basic supplies such as collars, leashes, bowls, beds, and then if you're purchasing any of these, you can get a dog tag. And then over here in the bottom, you can calculate once you select everything you want to purchase, and it gives you a grand total. These are only read-only, so someone can just type in there. The radio bands are in a group, so you can only select one color. So I'm going to do this as if I were going to buy, let's see, a small collar. It's going to be blue. A long leash, blue as well to match it. A small bowl. Maybe a medium bed to have a little more space for the dog. And then I'm going to do calculate. Well, at this point, the validation gets incorporated to these 2 text boxes. It's requiring someone to enter a dog's name, and it tells you the error here. So enter a dog's name. I'll enter one of my dog's names. I'll put Maddie. And I'll try to calculate again. I still have to enter a phone number, so let me just enter a generic number to calculate. Now it's telling me which format that number has to be in. So it needs the parentheses. The number, I'll put my number here. That way, in case Maddie ever gets lost, someone knows how to get a hold of me. Calculate. Once I do that, then it does give you the subtotal, the taxes, and the grand total. So I did the validation on this area right here for the free dog tag. These were read only. The button over here, the calculate, along with these 2 text boxes were on the same validation group, so it could work together. If I hit clear, everything gets removed and we can start over. The last link is for the adoption. This is where you have a table of different dogs that are available for adoption. I created my database here with 2 tables. One database had to do with the type of dog, so I separated it with sizes. A lot of times for adoption, people want to adopt just a small dog or a big dog or a puppy. So I kind of had 4 sections. I had the big dogs, which is my little logo for big dogs. This is the one for puppy. This one here is for medium dogs. And then little Chihuahua here is for small type of dogs. The dog database incorporated all the details for the dog. such as their gender, their age, the breed. So let me go into one of these. Let's go and see Ranger here. Has a picture of Ranger and has a table with all of Ranger's information, including a little bit about his personality. He's a little shy, but a very sweet dog. Comes alive when outdoors. Here's the same little logo that talks about the different sizes or dog type. I did leave the dog ID just in case there's multiple Rangers available for adoption, then someone can specify by the ID. If I click back, it goes back to this adopt page, so you can see another dog. We can see Captain here. Has a picture of Captain. He's a big dog. It's 5 years, a Mastiff. Let me go back. So this is what is available to the public, to see the different animals. As an owner, I can go in there. Maybe I want to edit some information. Found out, Ziva was not actually 7, but she's a little bit older. She's 9 years old, so I can go in there. This point now, I need a username and password. I went with our admin, which I know is not a good one to have. As far as the password, I took the acronym for All Dogs Go to Heaven. So ADGTH, and then the year 2019. Click login, and then I can go in. So the login is needed for the editing, the deleting, and the inserting. So I'm going to edit Ziva here. Mention that she's actually 9 years old. I'm going to update, and it now shows the 9 years. If I want to insert another dog, okay, put this here and just put some random information. And I'm going to insert. Okay, so we have that random record that got added here in the bottom. Okay, so I changed the wording here. To delete means that a dog got adopted. So that's when I would delete a dog, once they've already been adopted. So let's go ahead and have this last dog here get adopted. So I'm going to hit the adopted area, and it gives me the details again just to confirm, and I'll hit delete. I go back here, and we see that that record is no longer here. So this was how I incorporated the login over here and my two data tables in my database. I think that pretty much covers everything that was required. On supplies, I did the check boxes, validations, calculating some, totals, and then we had master page used. I also incorporated a style sheet. Let's see what else. Let me stop the service here. I also had to incorporate the global. Where is it? Right here, the global, to do the validation. And my master sheet. Within my admin here, those pages required the login. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything that I needed. Overall, I really enjoyed the process of doing this website. I wish I had more time to do other things, but didn't have enough time. Again, I really enjoyed this class and everything that I learned. Very enjoyable experience.